Hello Virgo, and welcome to your Removing the Blinders Tarot reading. If you find the message resonates, please feel free to like the video or comment below. Also, if you would like future messages, you can feel free to subscribe to the channel. Everyone's always welcome here. I offer monthly, weekly, and weekend guidance messages on a consistent basis. And then I just fill in the space. I do upload videos daily. Also, I would like to touch on these messages are general. They're not going to resonate with everyone every time. You are more than welcome to check other signs within your birth chart. I do try to make the title appropriate for the message, or kind of in sync with the message. So if something in the title resonated with you in your situation, then there's definitely going to be something within this message for you. So let's get started, Virgo. The overall energy, the card that was on the bottom of the deck after I was done shuffling, is the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. This card symbolizes loss, or feeling at loss, rather. Okay. I feel like this loss that you've endured is causing you a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. It's preventing you from taking action, preventing you from moving forward. Try and be logical about the situation, about this loss, about this ending. Okay? Also try and devise an action plan to get things rolling, to try and pull you out of this rut. The first card is, what are you not seeing? Okay. And we have the Three of Swords here. The Three of Swords, Virgo, it symbolizes heartache. It symbolizes sorrow, loss, a painful situation, which has to be addressed in order for you to move forward. Okay? But I do feel like this heartache stems from this loss. Okay? And I honestly feel like this has to do with relationships. Okay? And I am getting the sense that this loss, it's of somebody that you truly cared about. Somebody that you felt like you had a deep connection with. It's almost like you're having to cut a soul tie is kind of the energy that I'm picking up. You're not able to move forward. You can't stop thinking about this situation day and night. Even if you don't want to, it just pops up in your head. Okay? I do feel like acceptance is a big part of what's going on here. And maybe you do need some closure and to communicate at least how this ending made each of you feel. But maybe it's too painful to do that. Okay? But you still need closure, Virgo. You still need closure from this situation. So if you're not unable to talk about how this made you feel with this person, write it out. Okay? Get this out of you. Get this feeling, get this anxiety and worry out of you. Okay? Write it out. If you still feel anxious and sad, you still feel these feelings immensely after you've written it out, take a break, because it's going to be an emotional process, but write it out as many times as you need to get this out of your system. Okay? If you don't have somebody to talk, because I feel like you're unable to talk to this person. This person may have blocked you, or you may have blocked them and you don't want to talk to this person. Whatever the case may be, Virgo, you still need to get these feelings out of your body. Okay? You still need to express these emotions. It's energy, so it still needs to go somewhere. Energy never dies. it just transfers. Okay? Just carries on from one place to the next. So get the energy out, get this painful energy out of you. But that's also what's causing, if this person blocked you, this ending has caused that. Okay? They weren't expecting you to cut this off. I do feel like this was you that made the decision to end this, not them. And even though it was painful, it's kind of like, if respect is no longer served at the dinner table, you have to respect yourself enough to walk away. That's the sense that I'm getting here. What impact is this having on your life? Tower, of course, an ending. I feel like this has caused destruction within your life. You guys may have lived together, and there was an altercation, an argument of some sort, and there may have been things broken. You may have had to move, or this person moved. There's a disruption in your living situation, is what I'm ultimately feeling, Virgo. Okay? The next card is, why are you unable to see all of this? You're focused on the past. I feel like you're not able to see. You're not wanting to see. It's not unable. It's not wanting. You're ignoring all of this. You don't want this to happen. At some point, Virgo, you're going to have to face reality. I know sometimes these situations can be difficult and hard to go through, and even harder to process what went on. But you have to go through the emotions in order to come to the sunshine. The sun always shines after the rain. So you have to focus on that end point. Like, okay, this does suck. This is very destructive. It's very painful. It hurts. There may be tears, not wanting to get out of bed. Trust the process. Okay? Trust the process, but you have to stop ignoring this pain. Next card out. How to remove the blinders. Okay? Change your perspective. It's time for a change in perspective. The Hanged Man symbolizes waiting, and in some decks, this kind of is more, this deck, it's more of like a happy guy. He's just hanging around with his hands behind his back. In some decks, this is like a person who's tied and chassised and blindfolded. This change in perspective isn't an easy one. I will say that. But it's definitely necessary. You're going to have to go through this process. You're going to have to process these emotions, place this energy where it needs to go, which is outside of your body, and focus on healing. Be very realistic with the situation, with yourself, about what's gone on. Okay? Don't try to sugarcoat things. Okay? Try to see it exact. Oh, but I did this, but that. No. It is what it is. Okay? And we're focusing on your healing process, Virgo. So there's been a lot of heartache. There's been a lot of loss. There may even have been some betrayal. You have to be very realistic with yourself in this situation in order to initiate this change in perspective. What benefits come from this? Wish fulfillment. The Nine of Cups. I feel like processing these emotions, and then the two psychic tarot cards that came out, fulfillment of wishes and prosperity begins. Okay? Understand that grieving is a process, but it has its place. This change in perspective was needed in order for you to take yourself to this next level where prosperity begins, okay? This change in perspective was needed in order to move forward, to level up. Take the time to go through this process. It's probably going to be at least for the next couple weeks that you're going to really have to process these emotions and get it out, because you're not going to be able to just sit down one day and do it. Okay, it's not going to be like that, because it's going to be painful and you're not going to want to sit there all day and process this stuff. Take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Don't rush. Don't try and force things to happen. Go with the flow and process, okay? Every step is pertinent to take you to this next level, okay? There's definitely a fulfillment of wishes here. Things are going to start turning around in your favor as soon as your perspective has been changed, okay? I feel like you just don't want to see this. I feel like you already know. You just don't want to see, okay? So that is the message that I have for you, Virgo. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I look forward to seeing your beautiful souls again soon. Namaste.